hey, asshole, you're out of touch, because no one likes Ted. You know who likes Ted? Pete, but only a little.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys! Monday, and people are pissed at the Vegas Golden Knights Twitter account, and quite frankly, I'm pissed as a result.
Yeah, about I think there's a part of us that's pissed at a different reason.
Why? What's this?
Well, for me, I was pissed that they were typing in Boston dialect for the entire fucking day.
That's
which
awful.
Is super annoying.
Anyway, if you are from Boston and embrace the Boston accent, if you are not from Boston and embrace the Boston accent, if you acknowledge the existence of the Boston accent, unless you are fucking like Southie through and through, if you're Southie through and through, then you're awesome and you do that. But if you do that, fucking anything else, I'm talking even my man fucking Tom Hanks doing it. Jamie Lynn Sigler in Entourage, that one scene when she's like, I took this role, but I'm going to have to do a Boston accent. I want to kill Jamie Lynn Sigler in that moment.
What about the Saturday Night Live Casey Affleck thing, where it's so over the top that it's kind of funny?
That was good, because that's not over the top. Like the I've heard when he says
the accent
come
accent isn't over the top, but like the caricature of the
No,
people.
all real.
So?
Those things have definitely fucking happened before. The come on mock. That is, I've heard that more times than I could ever fucking care to in a lifetime. So unless you are legitimately that person, and again, if you're that person, I'm probably trying to cruise right by you. But if you think the cool joke to make about fucking Boston is the accent, like nobody fucking thinks it's cool in or outside of Boston. Shut the fuck up with the accent.
It's so tired and so lazy.
Right.
And
it always, even as a kid, I never thought it was cool. I remember when I went to college, I would speak with such purpose to make sure that a Boston accent never came out, and sometimes it does. It's
that's when people like leave reviews for the show. They say sometimes it's like get past your Boston accents.
Really?
And continue listening to the show. I'm like, which one of us has a Boston accent on the show?
If I'm speaking really quickly every now and then, one of the words that comes out will have a little Boston tinge to it. But then I'll pause immediately
punch
because
yourself
I'm
in the
so
face.
fucking angry about it. So that was annoying, but this is the bigger problem. All right, so the Vegas Golden Knights Twitter account, which I haven't really kept up with much. From what I hear, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's lame as fuck. We saw the lame as fuck part with the Boston accent shit. Mm-hmm. Not funny at all. Before the game against the Bruins, the Vegas Golden Knights tweeted out Bruins lines, and the names were all the girls' Ted names in the fucking not funny Boston accent movie Ted.
Yes, it's not the names, Ted names. It's the name that Mark Wahlberg's character names while he's trying to guess the woman that Ted met at the grocery store.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I get a point there for not remembering Ted. Yeah. So he says the lines are all those names, and I did not immediately understand it to be a Ted reference either, because I blacked that movie out because it was so fucking bad.
I thought Ted was okay.
Oh no, it wasn't. That's a cool little. That's like a barometer thing for me.
Oh yeah.
Like if you think that Ted's funny, I'm like, okay, I know something about you now.
I thought Ted was pretty funny.
No, the Sean Thornton was good in it. Nora Jones was good in it. That is about it.
I think most people would not even know that Sean Thornton's in that movie.
I didn't know. I texted him after, and I was like, hey,
where were you?
I was like, hey, were you in Ted? I think I saw you for like 1 second. And it was indeed him. One of the few parts of the movie where I wasn't like, this is really like horribly unfunny. Bad shit. Stupid movie. So anyway, that guy or whoever's running the Twitter account puts out those names, and people initially don't see it as a Ted reference. Because again, who's going to fucking get a Ted reference? The movie sucks. We're all in agreement here. And the responses were, I'd like to hear you explain this without saying you're being super sexist. And the guy was like, oh, actually, I was referencing a scene in Ted. And then people responded to that, and they were like, but still, you don't say girls' names to suggest that they're worse than guys. I'm the king of don't do something that's going to suggest women are worse than men. I jump on people all the time. I fucking word choice them left and right. When somebody makes a fucking specific reference and someone says, hey, what are you saying there? Were you being sexist? And they say, no, this is exactly what I was doing. And you come back with, I'm still taking it as sexist. That is how fucking Donald Trump gets elected.
You're very dug in on like that's how Donald Trump got elected.
I am because as a snowflake, as a liberal, I see what should be the good guys, the smart side. They go way too fucking far on some things, and I'm like, man, anybody's gonna look at this and say you're being dumb, and now we all look dumb. Colin Kaepernick situation, same exact thing. We're writing fucking columns saying what a great player in his prime Colin Kaepernick is. Colin Kaepernick went to a Super Bowl with a really good defense. He was never a particularly good player. He's been declining. He lost the starting job on the worst fucking team in the NFL. I would love for Colin Kaepernick to have a job. If I'm an NFL GM, am I going to give him $8, $9, $10 million and give him a shot to be a starting quarterback? Not if I want to keep my job. We can't dig in so much and say like, fuck the NFL if Colin Kaepernick's not playing. I'm sure a team would give Colin Kaepernick like $800,000 like they gave Tim Tebow $800,000 or an invite to camp. Shit like that. When we dig in that fucking hard, it makes the dumb side, the fucking Republicans, conservatives, racists, whatever the fuck you want to call the other side, they look at us and then they go, you fucking idiots, don't you know Colin Kaepernick's not a very good quarterback? You fucking idiots, don't you know that dummy was making a TED reference after he said he's making a TED reference? This is why those fucking dummies who may have been on the fence about who they're going to vote for, they see this and they're like, oh, politically correct America, and they go and they vote for fucking Donald Trump. Also because they're racist, but partially because of that.
It's Monday and DJ is pissed.
That was a rant.
That was a rant for sure.
That was a rant. I dug in.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it was a reach to say that Golden Knights tweet was sexist. Was it funny? No.
Well, when I initially
really
saw it, I saw a bunch of girls' names, and I was like, "Uh-oh, buddy." But then I looked at the replies, and the person explained themselves right away, and it seemed almost a little apologetic of like, "Oh shoot, no, I wasn't."
Right, please don't misunderstand this.
Yes,
and it wasn't like he took the names of the Bruins players and made them female names.
Yeah.
He just literally named the names that were from the movie and just distributed them along the lines.
Yeah.
And then was like, here's Bruins lines. I didn't think it was funny.
Again,
I didn't think it was funny, but I didn't think it was offensive.
that is lowercase n, not funny. It's just plain old not funny.
Right.
It's not a good tweet.
You don't have to be fucking offended about it because it's not funny. Just saying somebody's name, women's names, is offensive to women. I don't understand that.
Well, I understand if they said here are the Bruins lines.
Well, yeah, if
Cindy,
right,
and like shit like that, and like the Sedin
mocking
sisters, shit like that is saying I'm calling you a girl because I think that you're lesser.
Right, exactly. But they didn't do that. That's why I said they didn't take the names of actual players and turn them into girls' names.
Right.
So, I don't understand it. I don't understand why people are so upset about it.
And fucking believe me, if they were doing some sexist shit, we'd be the fucking. Yeah. It sounds lame to be like I would be the first of it. You fucking heard this podcast before. We would be all the fuck over them. But we can't, my fellow liberals. We can't jump on everything, good, bad, or indifferent, and say that it is problematic. Because if we call everything problematic, then the shit that actually is problematic won't get enough attention because we're too busy yelling at a fucking like 22-year-old kid running a hockey Twitter account over in fucking Las Vegas.
And then when you do say something then you do recognize that something is problematic, the other side says, well, you think everything's problematic.
Exactly, and that's my big thing. I hate that the other side has that ammunition, and they definitely do.
They do,
because of this shit. They say, "Oh, you guys get fucking mad over everything." We don't have to. We can just ignore the fucking dumb, stupid tweet and say, "Hey, asshole, you're out of touch," because no one likes Ted. You know who likes Ted? Pete, but only a little.
Speaking of problematic, by the way, we have a movie review coming out tomorrow.
That's right.
We saw Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day.
And that's going to be a one-off movie review.
Yes.
It's its own separate podcast, 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye out for that tomorrow.
Yes, and as we see new movies, like when we see a movie within, say, a week of it coming out, or if we see it early, because,
Sometimes
we got a little cachet there, we'll have reviews for you to listen to. So I would recommend, we don't totally spoil the movie, we spoil a good amount of it, but I would recommend, if you want to hear that, catch the movie tonight. It's a movie worth seeing. I'll at least give you that. So check that out. We've got, by the way, do you know why the Vegas Golden Knights even sent that tweet?
No.
Because hockey season is here, and you can be part of the action all season long with one-day fantasy hockey at DraftKings.com. DraftKings is the leader in daily fantasy sports, and they're celebrating the return of hockey by giving you a shot to win cash prizes tonight. With DraftKings, there are many ways to play. Choose between public contests with big cash prizes or private contests where you can face off with a group of your friends. DraftKings also has beginner and casual contests where you'll play against people of similar skill level. All you have to do is pick your team and start racking up points for goals, assists, shots, and more. The best part is, you get to draft a new team every day without any commitment. There's no better way to put your hockey knowledge to the test than with DraftKings. So hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code BRUNCH to play free with your first deposit for your share of $5,000 in total prizes. That's promo code BRUNCH to play for free with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings, the game inside the game. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Boom. We're also on CLNS Radio, so download the app and check us out there.
Yeah. First of all, there is a new meme.
There is a new meme, and I saw it on the Twitters yesterday, and it's very funny.
Head over heels.
Yes.
It is so perfect. So you use first of all to basically respond to anything. It's very good for straw man arguments because you set up what you're responding to. So even if it's something that no one's ever fucking said before, you just say first of all, and then you have a fun little retort. This is my favorite one. Quote, when am I going to see you again? Quote, first of all, you saw me by accident.
That's really good. There's been a number of good ones. Do you have some other ones?
Yes. There's quote, but you said you're 5 minutes away. End quote. First of all, I didn't say where I'm 5 minutes away from. Wow, handcuffs? You're freaky. First of all, you're under arrest.
Yeah, that was my favorite one. I saw that one yesterday.
With
the tongue emoji, don't forget.
Yes.
I saw it with the tongue emoji.
Are you still available tomorrow? First of all, I was never coming. There's this one. I identify with this one. You're so cute when you're shy. First of all, I have anxiety.
Yes, I knew you would love that one. I saw that one. I think that one did the best of any of the tweets that I saw. I think it had like 50,000 retweets or something.
Which actually that doesn't apply to me because I'm the outgoing person with anxiety.
You mask your anxiety by being super outgoing.
I'm fucking
and
Chandler Bing it. Yeah, exactly. No one would ever be like, ooh, who's that shy guy over there that's fucking screaming Fleetwood Mac at the top of his lungs when there's no music playing?
Who's that shy nerd? First of all, he's blind.
Yeah. Nailed it. Good job, man. Let's see. I like this one. Previously on, first of all, I've been watching for 10 straight hours.
Relatable.
Yes. I got to scroll through a lot of these. But those are really great. I sent out a little test one before I quite knew what it meant.
Yeah.
I just saw one, and then I was like, oh, this is it. And I Googled, I was like, first of all, and it's like, first of all is the hot new meme. No, it was a story. That's what it was.
Yeah.
What was that? There's something called Moment. Yes. That's right.
Also, I'm a big moments guy.
Moments helpful.
Yeah,
moments are helpful.
There are people that shat all over Twitter moments when they first came out, and I was one of the earliest people to be like, you know what, I kind of like these, and everyone's like, ugh, get off, delete your account.
Oh yeah.
Now I think that a lot of people are secret moments people.
Yes, I also like the news thing that pops up on your phone.
I don't know
when
about
you
that.
Sometimes when you turn your phone on, it's not working now. But it will just there's like a news section on the phone, and it will have a few quick headlines.
Oh, that's right.
The only issue is when that first started for me or whatever, I think it's like it gives you one Fox News, one CNN, one whatever, and the most interesting story was a Fox News link, and I just instinctively clicked it. And I think now it thinks that I'm like a big Fox News guy, so I think that it kind of has curated hey, DJ, we got that news you like. We fetched you all the fucking hottest news about fucking God knows what. So, but yeah, moments are good shit. But my first of all was I ate too much pizza. First of all, I'm going to eat more pizza. It got a like and a retweet from Randy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Probably not.
I don't know. I only focus on the biggies. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start saying I only get notifications from verified people, even though it's not true. I see all notifications.
I see them, but I don't get push notifications unless somebody's verified or I follow them.
That is, yeah, I don't do... I even verified, if I don't know you, I don't fucking care about you. Like, I'm fucking verified. What does verified
I know,
mean?
that doesn't mean a lot. I want to do a quick little check-in on our buddy Miles Teller.
Uh-oh.
He has a couple movies coming out.
Yes.
The first one is Only the Brave, and I think that's the firefighter one.
Yes, and there's Thank You for
blonde.
Smoking, where he's...
Thank You for Your Service is
Yes.
the one that I really want to talk about.
Yes.
Because that movie just looks like the most generic war PTSD movie of all time.
Well, there was a discussion about this, and a really good quip that I heard was, give that shit to Andrew Garfield. It was me who said that.
Yes.
That seems like a movie that maybe Andrew Garfield would do.
Miles Teller is above that movie. At least I'm saying this just based on the trailers.
Hey, excuse me.
What?
Hate the troops more.
No. I love the troops. This movie doesn't look particularly good or interesting or different or anything special about it at all. That could be because whoever was in charge of making the trailers was just horrible at it. But again, it just looks very, very generic, very down the middle for like a war movie. And I'm kind of interested in seeing it now just to confirm.
Well, it's a good thing that Miles Teller's doing a firefighter movie, because otherwise we might be getting to the point where people might be worried that he's cooled. So you got to get to that. You got to be in the Heat Smoke Jumpers movie. This was, by the way, this is the first ever anti-troop, anti-Colin Kaepernick episode in history.
Anti-troop for sure. No,
we're pro-troops. I'm also pro a lot of Colin Kaepernick's politics. I'm on Team Kaepernick, but he fucking didn't know the shit that Fidel Castro pulled. Not a great look.
He also wore the socks that had the police officers as pigs.
Right. So again, I agree with a lot of his politics. I think that him starting the movement he started is fucking awesome. I'm all for that. I think that he makes a bigger impact as someone who is not signed, who's
as
doing
a social activist rather than a meddling NFL quarterback.
Right, because legitimately, again, if like when people are like, "Oh, they signed this fucking shitty backup from Syracuse, and they didn't sign Colin Kaepernick," yeah, because they're gonna fucking cut that guy in a week. And right now, if you sign Colin Kaepernick and then cut him a week later, you are gonna be called the most racist ever.
Yeah, I agree with you on your Kaepernick stance, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the name of that movie that just like really, really bugs me. Thank You for Your Service.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name for a movie. This movie is basically just like the support our troops in movie form.
Well, quite frankly, I do support our troops. So
thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Okay. I'm interested to see these new Miles Teller movies. I feel like it's weird that he's got two coming out so
back to back
quickly. Is that a great sign?
Probably not. Maybe one of them is going to mask the other one. Like I think Thank You for Your Service is going to bomb, and Only the Brave is going to be well received. So it's just going to be they're going to cancel each other out for Miles.
Well, how well received was American Sniper? I think that in the first week, people were like, "Oh my god, this is unbelievable," and they were like, "Wait, this is some strong jingoism."
Well, it got nominated for Best Picture.
That's right. Yeah.
So. I don't know. I wasn't particularly crazy about American Sniper, but I didn't think that it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was Bradley Cooper for an hour and a half, for 2 hours. Who's going to fucking complain about that?
Fake-ass baby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The fake-ass baby was probably my favorite part of that movie because it was such a fake-ass baby. Miles Teller definitely dies in Only the Brave. I'm just going to go out there and make that prediction.
You know, that's the blonde hair don't care movie.
Yep.
That's why he died that shit. Also, just to prove a point that he still fucking looks banging.
I know. Even if he didn't do that shit for a movie, his response made it cool.
What do we think of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Well, it's funny you should ask.
First of all,
they put a guy who lied about being in 9/11 in last night's episode.
Yes.
And that's
problematic.
That ruined the episode for me. I just couldn't get over the fact that guy's still getting jobs after lying about.
Well, it
being
was
in
the
one of
most
towers.
minor role in the world, but also it was a minor role in Curb Your Enthusiasm. So it's like having a minor role in the fucking Batman movie.
Right?
Yeah.
I really can't believe. So it's the guy from The League. I think his name's Kevin from The League.
Maybe. I watched like 4 seasons and I couldn't tell you one character's name. I could tell you there's a Taco. Someone's named Taco.
Yeah.
And then Jason Mantzoukas.
Right. And Paul Scheer.
Yes.
So
and what's his face? The fucking.
So you know everything about The League.
Who's the best known guy in that? The fucking Mark Duplass.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. I know that guy. But I think this is Kevin from The League. He lied about being in one of the towers during 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
That came out a few years ago. It's public knowledge.
Yep.
And he basically apologized or whatever. But now he's still getting roles in major things like.
I wouldn't say that. I think that was a
major thing.
Yeah. So that was a big because that was the reaction when people saw it. They were like, excuse me.
Somebody said that I put it out on Twitter, and somebody responded to me saying that they saw him in something recently.
Was it an old episode of The League?
No, it was something recently. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, but they could have seen him recently.
No, I think it's something that came out recently.
They say recently I saw him in something.
Friends.
Yes.
No. So he was in last night's episode, and I just couldn't get over the fact. I was like, why would somebody fucking? Can you imagine being it on public record that you lied about being like a potential 9/11 victim in the towers and putting, victimizing yourself, then it coming out that you lied, and then people being like, that's a guy that I want to work
People
with.
being like, you know what? You did your time.
Right.
What do you have? Like, he had 2 years off or
I
something?
don't care if he apologized, and I don't care if he was away for 2 years. The fact that anybody would lie about that and then, he didn't come out and say it on his own, I don't think. I think he was exposed for being a liar.
Oh, right, yeah. That I do believe that is the case.
His
yes.
conscience didn't get to him.
Yes.
He was exposed, and I don't think there's a statute of limitations on that for being that horrible of a person. I think that's something that should get you expelled from the industry.
Yes, that should be a banned thing. Yeah. But I wish it were a lesser show. Like if he had that same role in fucking
if it was a fucking network sitcom or something like that, I'd be like,
if he had that role in season 4 of Mulaney, I'd be like, yeah, it's fucking right, punk. That's all you get.
Because that's he's trying to get his career back on track, but
right.
It's just not working.
And it's that's not gonna fucking take, man.
Right.
You think that's a step? That's just another fucking step towards your death, you punk.
But he's on fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And that just made me very, very upset.
That's got to be his manager knows someone who knows Larry, and fucking favors had to be called in, shit like that. Elizabeth Banks was in this episode.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I mean, I love Elizabeth Banks. I didn't like Elizabeth Banks having to play a very dumb version of Elizabeth Banks. Because there's no way that Elizabeth Banks is dumb.
I know. She went to, where'd she go? Columbia?
Did she? I didn't know that.
She went to an Ivy League school.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because Elizabeth Banks just comes off as a very smart person.
She's such a polished person. Yeah. And that's what, so with Elizabeth Banks, she went from playing the hot nuts bars girl in 40-Year-Old Virgin to the out of touch fucking Richie in Pitch Perfect. And there is not a ton of Elizabeth Banks just playing straight down the middle human.
Yeah,
characters.
not really. Even in I guess every character in Wet Hot American Summer is
ridiculous.
Off the rails. But she's in that. She's from Massachusetts. I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's why I think I was a little bit surprised by how polished she is.
I'm not surprised when anyone's from Massachusetts. Fucking Connie Britton's from.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for Massachusetts.
I know. That's
churning them out.
That's a huge get for Massachusetts. This season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, though, it's just none of it is based in reality. It just all seems like it seems like a fucking almost a parody of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like it's the same type of humor being applied to situations that would never fucking exist and are the most ridiculous things in the world. Whereas old Curb, they were things that could possibly happen.
Right.
And now it's like, what even happens in this one? Actually, I thought that the cop storyline was
the cop getting beeped was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I love the courtroom scene was hilarious.
Yes.
Very, very funny. Also, Damon Wayans playing a cop was a weird choice just because all I could think of was let's be cops.
I was thinking of that too.
Yeah. So very strange, but I love Damon Wayans Jr. Actually. He's very funny.
I think that Let's Be Cops is a
okay movie.
Is a worth watching movie.
It's fine, yeah.
That is an HBO background special. Yeah, that's a fine film. Did you watch Will and Grace?
I did.
Fill me in. I'm behind.
Oh, well, you see, Grace was very bad in this episode.
Uh-oh, how's that?
She almost had cancer, but then she didn't. So, tell her rule.
I was going to say.
She didn't sell it. She didn't sell us on the cancer.
Did she fake having cancer?
No, she went in for a gynecologist visit, and somehow the guy felt her boob and noticed that she had like a lump or something. And I don't know how that works at the gynecologist.
I was going to say, learn something new every day.
But she had a nice little cancer scare. Ended up didn't have cancer, but she found out that her emergency contact is still her ex-husband, Leo. So they kind of reconnected a little bit. And Jack had to teach an acting class at the Boys and Girls Club. That was pretty funny. And basically, Karen's storyline in this was, I don't have anything to do, so I'm just going to hang out at the Boys and Girls Club while Jack teaches this fucking class. And I don't know what happened with Will.
I was going to say, nothing happened with Will.
Nothing really happened with Will.
First of all, was Grace's marriage a thing that happened in the original?
Yes, she was married twice to that guy.
Really?
Yes.
So in the original, she gets married twice. And first of all, do we know that is Jack an actor?
Jack is a struggling actor.
Really?
Yes, it might be because he lied about being in 9/11.
Maybe. That's not a good look for. That's not a good. It doesn't help the acting career.
No.
Well, it does until you get caught. You get to be on the league for a little bit.
Yeah, but then you get caught and you get to be on Curb Your Enthusiasm. So not the worst career move.
Yeah, fucked up as it sounds. So Jack is basically Joey, except I bet does Jack mooch off Karen?
No, I think Jack mooches off Will more than Karen.
Interesting.
I don't know how Jack has
What's Will getting out of that?
I don't know, a gay friend.
Yeah, but
I don't know how Jack affords his own apartment. I don't know if that's ever been touched on because he lives across the hall from Will and Grace.
Yeah, who have a cool, nice.
Yeah, they have a very nice apartment. So I don't know how that works.
I'd like someone to take the Ringer. We have an assignment for you. Take a deep dive on how Jack can afford his apartment because with Joey, we know it's like, oh, how does Joey get by? Right, he fucking sucks the life out of others. Right. He just brings nothing to the fucking table.
Yeah, I don't think Jack has a roommate.
Yeah, man, Jack would be a tough roommate to have. Because Jack's Jack you want is you want him in your entourage, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be around Jack 24/7.
Here's my theory: maybe Will and Grace got Jack the apartment from across them. Because he was spending too much time in their apartment.
That actually makes sense because Grace could probably afford her own apartment. Will's a fucking hotshot lawyer.
Right.
Will should be doing a lot better than he is, right?
Yeah.
He's a good-looking fucking guy. He's got his suit game right.
He's pretty like a level-headed.
Yeah, he's definitely the fucking
he's a catch.
The brains of the operation. Yeah. Oh, Will's for sure a catch. Will's probably the biggest catch on that entire show.
Yes.
In order of catches, let's go. 1, Will. 2, Karen.
Karen,
like you're gonna die.
She's a wild card.
Yes, exactly. It's gonna end in your death.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Will,
she's a Trump supporter.
Yeah. So I'm bumping her down. I'm gonna say Will, Grace, Jack, Karen.
Old school Grace though. Deborah Messing, back in her heyday.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's still pretty attractive.
I do too, but
her character doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's probably it. she's played some bad characters. She's played.
Has she ever played a good character?
I think old school Grace wasn't so bad, but
Was Sarah messing everyone on Seinfeld? She seems like
yes, and she played a major racist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's an anti-dentite.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end, she tells a great joke. She says, "Hey, what's the what do you call someone who failed out of med school?" And Jerry says, "I don't know." And she says, "A dentist." And they're laughing because the whole episode, everyone's accusing Jerry of being anti-dentite, and he's like, no, and then he's all pissed off at dentists, kind of the way that I'm pissed off at my fellow liberals, of like, guys, you're being assholes, stop. And she says, he's like, haha, yeah, good one, dentists, who needs them? And she says, right, totally. Not to mention the blacks and the Jews. And then his like face starts to be like, and the episode ends.
Oh,
classic
Seinfeld.
90s humor. And then after that, there was an episode of Friends on, and you thought that was bad. Fucking Monica comes in, just dropping all the...
Gay yet?
Yeah.
That's still my favorite Seinfeld.
Fucking Monica. Monica still number one. Monica over Rachel.
Okay.
Joey dead last. Ross, not that bad.